Shalom Aleichem, everyone. We're continuing here in Hachzeg's learning of the Pele Yoetz. Today is number 205, and we will conclude the chapter of Ois Dalet of the letter Dalet today with a one-day chapter. Darshan, to be a public speaker. Kama toiva Drasha berabim, how good it is to be someone that can darshan, that can give drashas berabim publicly. About tzvicha tenoim rabim, but you need many conditions in order to do it in the right way. It's a big schus. You can give drashas berabim, and you can inspire people, and you can motivate them to come along in the way of Yiddishkeit and avodas Hashem. It's a great schus, but you have to make sure that you do it in the right way. The yotzer rishayna, first and foremost, is sheyakdim tefillah. Before you speak, you should daven to Hashem. That you should be saved from gaiva, from haughtiness, and ayin hara, and the evil eye, and that your words that you say should bring about fruits, which means they should bring about good results. So number one, a person who darshans in public, if he's a good baldarshan, and he inspires the people, and people get excited at him, they start praising him lavishly and everything, you can become a real Baal Gaiva as a result of that, such a haughty person, and therefore, daven beforehand. You don't need ayin hara. Maybe someone's going to be jealous of you, they wish they could speak in that way, maybe somebody else wants your job, maybe other people are going to look at you and say, who does this guy think he is? So therefore, daven to Hashem that you should be protected, and that your words should have an effect. And so too a person should daven that they should have the proper way to communicate the words that they want to. Their mouth should be well versed in giving over these words with pleasantness and the like. So the safabru, with a clear language, but so your words should be sweet and pleasant. Al shoymam, on those that listen are hearing what you have to say. Kekala shichaviva, like a kala, like a bride that is beloved by her husband. We want that our words, the baldarshan wants that his words should be so sweet and so pleasant and so beautiful in the eyes and the ears and the hearts of the listener. It's like a chassan, a young chassan who looks so expectantly to his young kala, his bride. She's beautiful, everything. That's the way that they should look at the words of someone that's darshaning in public. Rabbi says, like Chazal teach us in the Midrash and Shir HaShirim. Secondly, don't speak too long. Rather, you should speak less, and that will have a great benefit. A little bit of speech, a little bit of drasha is better than long-winded drashas where you just go on and on and on and on. That's number two. Number three. You have to be very careful about the honor and respect that you give to the people that are listening to your drasha. You should not come to a situation where you embarrass them publicly. Because of your words. Don't speak falsehood about them. Don't prosecute them with your words. Don't do such things. You're to inspire, you're to uplift, you're to make people feel good about themselves, to motivate them to avodas Hashem. Now what do you want to do? You want to accuse them of being sinners? You want to accuse them of doing the wrong things? You want to embarrass them in public because you think that they're such low lives because they do this sin and the other? Chas v'chalila, a person cannot do such a thing. And one of the ways to avoid this is include yourself, you, the baldash, no one is giving the drasha, include yourself in the statements that you're making to the people. For example, it's not good the way that we are going. I'm part of you. I'm giving mussar to myself. Let us go in the pathways in the light of Hashem. It's brought down from the Chavetz Chaim. If you read some of his writings in the Kisvei Chavetz Chaim itself, he would write, "Mi ani, who am I to give mussar? Am I giving mussar to anybody? Can I have a right to come along and tell you what to do and what you're not doing? No, I'm speaking to myself," says the Chavetz Chaim. And if anyone is listening to what I'm saying, anyone's reading my words, then you also get some chizuk. Matova manoim, how wonderful that is. But at the beginning, says the Chavetz Chaim, first and foremost, I'm talking to myself. The Rav Yisrael Salanter said it's kedai to give a long drasha about kavana b'tefillah, about davening with more kavana, more intention in tefillah. If you know only one person davens a better Shemona Esrei as a result of that drasha, even if that one person is me, said Rav Yisrael Salanter. So a real baldarshan is someone who has himself in mind when he's giving the drasha. He wants to grow, he wants to steig, and if I'm part and parcel of everything that I'm saying. You should avoid any suspicion that people think that part of your intention in giving the drasha is you want things to look good for you, as he's going to explain. Therefore, don't start giving long drashas and emphatic musar about how important it is that the balabatim give tzedakah to people that are real Torah scholars and the like. Don't give drashas about how much respect the people should have for Talmidei Chachamim and the awe and the reverence they should have for the scholars and similarly, because people think, oh, this rabbi over here, what is he? Well, he wants stock himself. That's why he's giving this passionate drasha about supporting Lomdei Torah. This rabbi over here, what does he want? He wants people to respect him, and that's why he's talking about how people should respect Talmidei Chachamim. Don't do that, because people suspect that you have your own personal interest involved over here, and they're not going to listen to what you have to say. It says such a fascinating thing over here. A person should always arrange his drasha in advance, between himself, in order that the drasha is so smooth in his mouth. He knows exactly what it is that he wants to say. Because sometimes, even while you're preparing, you think, I'm going to say this and that. Then you realize, no, you know what? I have to skip that. I have to leave that out. It's not fit for me to make such a drasha publicly like this. It's going to offend people. They're not holding by what I have to say. It's going to only make things worse. Or maybe what I'm trying to say over here is not going to be clear enough to the people who listen. They're going to misunderstand my words, and that will be a terrible way for the drasha to go. And so too, if you masader, which means you arrange your drasha beforehand, whether you write it down, whether you rehearse it, you prepare it, you get it down what you want to say. So then you won't have to pause in between statements while you're thinking what's next that I should say. And that's really a disgrace to a Talmid Chacham. It's embarrassing that he doesn't know what he wants to say. So there he's paused. He got stuck up there. He doesn't know where it should look, which sefer to look in, and so on and so forth. That says this Pele Yoetz, if you prepare in advance, you'll be all set. I saw from the Rav Dessler Zatzal, he was mashkiach in Gateshead and in Panovich, in Eretz Yisrael eventually, and it's brought down over there that he used to prepare sometimes no less than 8 hours for the Musar Shmuz that he was going to give to the yeshiva. He wanted to make sure that every word worked out exactly the way they wanted. They said even sometimes his hand movements and gestures, when he wanted to convey a certain message with the movement of his hands, he rehearsed with the way he was going to move his hand during that particular drasha. And that's what he's saying over here. The more that you are prepared, the more that you get it down. So then, says the Pele Yoetz, then you'll be able to be much more succinct and smooth in the delivery, and it will hit home even better. A wise man should listen carefully and take more teachings. And if he speaks in the proper way, at the right time, in the right way, with the right words, how good it is going to be. So that's a mazel tov. We finished the chapter Dalid. We still have Hey, Vav, and Zayin left of this round of the Pele Yoetz. Yom Yetz Hashem, tomorrow we will begin the letter Hey. All the best.